Akeem Scott to Morgan. Morgan pump fake back to Scott for the three. Gets that one to go. Kung Fu ball, but Akeem Scott with the clutch steal. Seals the game for the Heat. Bad back and all, what a...
Akeem Scott goes coast to coast here for the lane.
Akeem Scott drives in the lane and finishes. Here's Akeem Scott, goes for the reverse. Trying to find an opening. Oh, there's Akeem Scott with the steal. Ahead to Morgan, who finishes the play. It's the ball and ties it up at 70 midway in the third. And Akeem Scott blows by 4 defenders for the tough layup. Again, Scott breakaway layup. But the quarterwood comes up with the steal. Flying away for the layup and the foul. You gotta love that about Akeem Scott. Again with the layup. The Heat would have 64 points into the second we go. That's Akeem Scott extending his range. Scott with the swipe. All alone for the one-hander. Scott again comes up with the steal. This time dishes it to a running and gliding Maxi Escher. Ball stays with the Heat. Williams another miss. Guess who comes up with the basketball? Akeem Scott. All with the end of the first half. Into the third we go. Maxi Escher with another dunk. Scott. And again finds Escher for another dunk. Up by 1. Scott finds an opening. The bang and the bucket and the... Now check out this play. Maxi Escher would finish the dunk. However, game. Scott though, he was the lone fighter in the end. Scott was relentless all game long, putting the Heat on his back, giving them the lead here.
Scott was in a personal rivalry all game long against Bobby Ray Parks, and Moses Morgan had other plans as they continued to fire away from Akeem Scott, turning on the Jets, blowing by Parks, and getting the end one to fall. Akeem Scott with 26 points and 7 rebounds after the third period. This will be the last gasp of the Saigon Heat, led by Akeem Scott. He would put together point after point, shot after shot. But it seemed like Alab had a... However, the Heat were able to do a great job of staying within striking distance. A 9-point lead for Mono Vampire was cut by Akeem Scott midway through the period. It's Stefan Nguyen with a nice dish to Scott, who was hanging in the air and getting that shot to fall. Points in the second quarter. They would play with a little bit more of a sense of urgency. We begin in the first quarter where a red-hot Akeem Scott would light it up. Was quickly answered by Akeem Scott as he finishes the first quarter with... But the ever-relentless Scott would react once again. Scott would have... Saigon would showcase their shooting skills in the third quarter as they go on a 20... Revenge in this game. And they started out at the right track, hitting their first the game, giving them an early double-digit advantage. Even Hardinger utilizing his height advantage, but Saigon would stay hot from the outside. Adam Sue for that layup. Saigon though would stay ahead of the pack. And Morgan first to penetration. Then he finds his teammate Mike Williams, who is wide open for that top of the key trip. Saigon would take a 7-point lead as Akeem Scott racing all the way the other side. Go to work. He would finish with a dominating 37. Williams was there with him step by step. We would have another tie game.